Hi, my name's Ciara from Ciara's Home Yoga. This is yoga for tiredness and fatigue. Sometimes we simply need to nourish ourselves to feel less tired. And that's what we'll do today with our deep breathing and gentle movement. So let's get started. We need a block for today's practice. Let's go. To start today, we'll make our way to sitting on our mat, with the soles of our feet on our mat and our knees bent, shoulders back and down, and we'll hold on to our knees. Inhale, we look up, chest open, shoulders back. Exhale, round in our spine, bringing our chin to our chest and squeezing our navel to our spine. And again, inhale, look up, chest open. Exhale, round in our back. And we'll repeat this 2 more times, keeping our shoulders down throughout, moving at your own pace here. Holding on to our knees as we flow. Last one. And release. We'll cross our legs and we'll make our way to tabletop with our hands under our shoulders and our knees under our hips. We'll inhale, reach our left hand to the ceiling. Exhale, we'll thread the needle, pushing into our right hand to increase the twist. We'll make sure that our right hip doesn't sneak out to the side here. Our right hip remains directly over our right knee. You can come up onto your fingertips here to increase the twist if that feels good. And breathe deeply. Long, slow inhales and long, slow exhales. And release. We'll come back to tabletop. Inhale, we'll reach your right hand to the ceiling. Exhale, thread the needle. Pushing into our left hand here to increase the twist. Coming up onto your fingertips if that feels good. And making sure that our left hip remains directly over our left knee. Breathing deeply. And release. We'll come back to tabletop before making our way to kneeling on our mat. If that's not available to you, you can bring a block between your feet and sit on your block. Try out different orientations of your block and use the lowest one that feels best for you. There's no right or wrong, only what works best for you. Inhale, arms up, come up, look up. Exhale, we'll sit back down, give ourselves a hug and bring our elbows to our thighs. And again, inhale, arms up, come up, look up. Exhale, we'll sit back down, give ourselves a hug and fold forward. And again, we'll repeat this 3 more times, moving with our breath and moving at your own pace here. If you're sitting on your heels, we'll bring our forehead to our mat when we come down. Again, moving at your own pace here. Last one. And release. We'll come back up. We'll move our block to the left hand side of our mat, arms length away. We'll extend our right leg, making sure that the arch of our right foot is lined up with our left knee. Pelvis tucked, shoulders back and down, arms outstretched. Inhale, we'll stretch to the right. Exhale, hand to our block and we'll stretch to the left. And again, inhale, stretch to the right. Exhale, stretch to the left. You can play around with different orientations of your block here to find the one that works best for you. And again, one more time. Moving with our breath. We'll stay in this last stretch for a breath or two, making sure that our left shoulder remains down away from our ear and our pelvis remains tucked. Inhale back to center. Exhale, we'll bring our hands to our mat and switch out our legs, bringing our block to the other side. Extending our left leg, making sure the arch of our left foot lines up with our right knee. Pelvis tucked, shoulders back and down, and we'll reach our arms out. Inhale, we'll stretch to the left. Exhale, hand on our block, stretching to the right. And again, moving with our breath and moving at your own pace here, finding the orientation of the block that works best for you. Last one. We'll stay here for a breath or two, breathing deeply, feeling our belly rise and fall with every breath. And release. Hands back to our mat and we'll make our way to child's pose. We'll extend our knees as wide as our mat, bring our big toes to touch and extend our upper body forwards, drawing our chest to our mat in this pose. And we'll do a cleansing breath here. Long, slow inhale, filling up our belly with air, and exhale through our mouth. We'll walk our hands over to the right hand side of our mat now. You have an option here to move your right hand beside your right knee while making sure to roll our shoulder back and down. We bring softness to our face here and check in with the muscles behind our eyes and our jaw and let go of any tension there. Breathing into this nice side body stretch down the left hand side of our body. And release. We'll walk our hands over to the left side of our mat now. Option to bring your left hand beside your left knee, rolling our left shoulder back and down, and breathe deeply. Breathing like we do when we do our moving meditations with the long, slow inhales and long, slow exhales. And release back to center. Before making our way to tabletop again, we'll tuck our toes and we'll make our way to down dog. We'll have a generous bend in our knees to start, while we draw our tailbone to the ceiling and our chest to our thighs. Before walking our legs out, bending our right knee and then our left knee and again. We'll come to stillness now and breathe deeply. We'll walk our hands to our feet now and we'll stay in ragdoll for a few deep breaths. You can have a slight or a generous bend in your knees, whatever works for you. Our shoulders are drawn down our back away from our ear and we're drawing our navel to our spine. We'll hold on to the opposite elbow with each hand and rock from side to side if that feels good. Breathing deeply. And release. We'll drop our hands to our mat and walk our hands out to come back to tabletop. We'll make our way to lying on our mat now. We'll hug our knees to our chest here as tight as we can and rock from side to side if that feels good. We'll bring a smile to her face to relax all the muscles in her face. We'll open our knees now, drawing our knees to our armpits and continuing to rock from side to side, smiling away. Option here to come to happy baby pose. So we'll hold on to the outside edge of our feet, drawing our knees to our armpits. Or you can hold on to the back of your thighs if that feels better. Breathing deeply. And release. We'll bring our feet to our mat, bring our soles together and let our knees hang open. And we'll stay in Supta Baddha Konasana for a few deep breaths. We'll bring the palm of our right hand to our forehead and we'll say a few kind words to ourselves here. May I be kind to myself today and offer myself the compassion I need. I'll let go of perfection and be happy with good enough at this challenging time. I won't ask too much of myself today. We lower our hand back to our mat. We'll check in with our belly here and feel it fill up with air in our inhales. And we'll elongate our exhales. Breathing deep and even breaths throughout. And release. We'll draw our knees together, roll to one side and push ourselves back up to sitting. I hope you enjoyed today's practice and you'll join me again for more yoga videos at Ciara's Home Yoga. Wishing you a great rest of your day. Namaste. Just to let you know, I upload a new video every Saturday to start the weekend connected to our body and our breath. If you enjoyed this practice, you might like my gentle yoga series, available at Ciara's Home Yoga. Please support me by subscribing to Ciara's Home Yoga.